Alright, today we're going to be looking at 2008 EDPM Past Paper questions, paper 1. Number 1 says, Joan's supervisor asked her to prepare from the draft given to her the annual report for presentation at the next committee meeting. The report must include tabular and pictorial representation of the information. A. Name 3 software applications that Joan could use to complete the report. In completing a report, we know one of the applications is Microsoft Word. And in terms of the fact that she has to include tabular and pictorial representation in the information, which other application software comes to mind? Microsoft Excel for the tabular, and for the pictorial, which one could you have used? Publisher or PowerPoint? It could be PowerPoint. You could use PowerPoint. Alright. I would prefer PowerPoint because it's a presentation that you're looking at. I would use PowerPoint over Publisher. Alright? Now remember, it is a presentation software. You remember that? Yes, PowerPoint is a presentation software. Alright, B. Identify 2 types of equipment that could be used by Joan's supervisor to display the information. So like I'm doing now, I'm displaying information on the board. And what am I using? A projector. And what type of projector is it? A multimedia projector. It could be used, a regular laptop could also be used, or a computer could also be used to display it as well. Am I correct? Yes. Alright. Number 2, scroll down too far. Let me go back up a little bit. Select from the following list 4 keys that appear on a standard keyboard of an IBM compatible PC. I don't know if they will go this far, go back this far, but still know it. Because it's one of the foundation in terms of learning about this subject. It's one of the first things you learn. Isn't that so? Yes. So on an IBM compatible PC, 4 of them from the list, what would you say? Home is a must, yes. Shift, insert, pause, very good. So pause, yes. Shift, insert, and home. Alright, those are the 4 that you will find from the list. Number 3, name the steps required to save a new document created using a word processing software program. So for argument's sake, if you are in Microsoft Word and you create a document and you want to save it, what is the procedure to go to do that? Sorry. Click on File, then Save As. Then you choose the location. You're missing that step. You have to choose the location where you want to save it, and then you give it the name that you want to save it as. Very good. And then you click on Save. Am I correct? Pardon? All right. Control S shortcut, yes. Alright, look at number 4A. Number 4A says, state 3 steps for moving blocked text. A block of text from page 1 of a document to the end of page 3. And we looked at a question similar to this already. How do you move a block of text from one page to another page in a particular position, that is? You have to block the text, yes, then cut it because it says to move it. Very good. So once you cut it, and you have several ways of cutting it, right? Once you cut it, you then place it where you want it. So if it says at the end of page 3, you have to put the cursor at the end of page 3, then paste it. Following? Alright. 4B, identify the steps you would take to delete the text you just moved in 4A. You have to block it first, and then you hit the delete key, and voila, it's gone. And with how the computer works, once something is blocked and you press any button, it's gone. Alright, but the correct procedure is to click or hit the delete button. Alright? Number 5, Table 1 show below refers to the selection of appropriate stationery and paper sizes for 2 documents. Copy Table 1 into your answer booklet and complete it by stating the appropriate stationery and paper size that should be used for each of the 2 documents. So we're looking at a 2-page letter. What stationery would you use for a 2-page letter? A copy paper, the regular copy paper that you put in your printer. Am I correct? Regular copy paper, so it's a letter size. If it's a 2-page letter, 2-page letter, a letter with 2 pages. Copy paper is what we use as a stationery to print those. It can either be a letter size or a legal size, right? Yes. What about the paper size? Not A5, A4 or letter size or legal size. Am I correct? An invoice. Earlier we looked at in an invoice. What stationery would we use for an invoice? Same A4. You could use copy paper same way, so it's same A4 or letter size paper. A regular invoice is usually printed on a letter size paper or an A4 paper. Alright? Alright, and the stationery would be NCR, which means no copy required paper. You know, you have the carbon copy paper, the blue, sometimes it comes in blue, sometimes it comes in black. You don't need that. So these days people hardly use those. Am I correct? So these days they use the NCR paper, which is no carbon required paper. So once you write on the top of it and look under it, you see it printed out, and you don't need a carbon copy for that to happen because you use a NCR paper. Oh, an envelope would have been a stationery for the 2 of them as well. Right? Once you've completed your letter and your invoice, you'd use an envelope to place it in, to send it to whoever. Am I correct? Yes. Number 6, state the difference between an operating software and an application software. And we have done this so many times. Operating software is the same thing as operating system software or system software. So don't be fooled when you see other terms for it. It's the same thing. So the operating system is what? The interface between the user and the software and the hardware itself. While the application software is what we use to perform our daily tasks. Am I correct? Like our Microsoft Word, our Microsoft Excel, our PowerPoint, and the list goes on and on. Yes. B says list 2 types of secondary storage devices. Please remember you have primary storage devices and secondary storage devices. Know the difference between the two, please. What is your primary storage device? Your hard drive. And the secondary, once you think of secondary, you're thinking about anything that you attach to the computer to save it. So a thumb drive, a floppy disk, a CD, a DVD, a memory card, anything like that would be considered secondary. Alright? Good. Number 7. Musicians in the Caribbean have been asking for tougher laws to protect their work. Name the concept that guide these requests. Copyright law. Which other one could be used? Starts with I. Intellectual property. All right. Seven B. Define the term copyright. What does copyright mean? Right, so it's the right of having your work protected. Right, so that nobody plagiarize your work or use it without your permission. Good? So it's a legal ownership of a piece of work. 8. Using the information below, create a letterhead for the given company. So the information is there, so it tells you what the name of the company is, the address of the company, the telephone number of the company, the fax number of the company, and then it says you are to create and bold all information using all caps. So it means that everything should be typed in capital letters. Am I correct? Using all caps, that is what it means. And then it says you have to center it and bold it. So at the end of the day, this is what you would end up with. Right here. It looks like it is centered and bold and in caps. Alright, and of course that is what you would type in your header. Most times that's what people use to create a letterhead, the header. Alright. 9 says, read the following passage carefully, then rewrite the passage in your booklet correcting all punctuation and spelling errors. Then it says, circle all corrections made. Again, it's a paragraph with no punctuation whatsoever. No capital letter except at the beginning. So we have to look for those and put them in. Alright. So it says, come on. There should be a comma. Let's do it. There should be an exclamation at the end of let's do it. Then a new sentence. Write, comma. Take the books off the desk, comma. Polish, and spell it properly please. There is no E at the end of polish. Polish the desk, comma. Dust the books. And then rearrange the book in the correct order. Full stop. New sentence, so you have a capital letter at once. Once this is done, comma, everyone will have quick and easy. Notice quick is spelled incorrectly. And easy, I think that is a typo. You have sassy, and I think they meant easy. Access to those books, and you have a full stop at the end of the paragraph. Alright? Number 10. State the shortcut key which has the same function as each of the following terms. A, to center. What is the shortcut to center? No. Control C is to copy. Control C is to copy. Control E is to center. And please look out for tricky questions. Let me put it that way. Look out for tricky questions like these. They will put Control C in the option, and I know you will go and say Control C when it's actually Control E. Remember, Control C is to copy. Alright. What about to insert a page break? What's the shortcut for that? Control Enter, yes. That's what you said? Control and Enter. Page break. Right. What some people do is press enter until they reach a new page. That's not the correct way. There's a longer procedure. You can go to insert right here and then click on page break. Or you can use the shortcut, which is control and enter. Alright? So that's the end of 2008 past paper question.